Hello everyone and welcome back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers, all of you that have been following me, that have been supporting my channel. I want to say thank you. God bless you all for loving, for the like, for the watch. I appreciate it. Okay guys, so in today's tutorial, this is the continuation of our tutorial that I posted some few days back. So this is our transparent corset, cupped corset. So this is the final look. So you can see it came out really fine and beautiful. So like I said, I did not want to rush the video in the first part. That was why we did the drafting. And then in this next video, I'm going to show you guys how to sew this in a detailed form. Okay, so guys, let's get started. So the first thing, this was the back piece. I just slanted the down part, and then I folded my corset. I did not use a mesh, I used tulle. So I folded it into two, that's is folded into four. So like basically what I did, I used double for this project. That's double net, that's the net is just two, that's just two layers. So I'm just transferring it, guys. I'm transferring my pattern now, so you can see the way I am cutting. I added 1 inch to the measurement, so you can see I am cutting. And then you see the cup, you see that I did not cut it on the exact line. So these are all of the things. So the next thing now at this point, so these are my boning. Can you see the boning? If you notice, my boning are straight because I ironed them out. I'm using a rigilene boning. Okay, so if you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Okay, so at this point, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to mark the lines where I'm going to sew in my boning chambers. So for this, you can actually style it however you want to style your own, because this is a little bit difficult. You understand why I say difficult? Because you can see as you are trying to mark them, the chalk is showing on my table and it's not really showing on my tool. So like I said, you can make use of a corset mesh, you can make use of a tool. They have different types of tool. They have some that are high quality, they have some that are low quality, but don't use the low quality one. If not, if you stretch it, it will tear. So the original ones are good because when you stretch them, it will fit into the body. Okay, so that is the reason. So can you see? And then I will add the lines. So for the back, I just added two lines. So the next thing, I at this point, so I've finished adding all of my boning lines. I'm going to show you guys, don't freak out. I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay, so I actually did this off camera, but I'm going to show you now how to do this. It's a simple process. So you can see what, so you get your tool, sorry, you get your crepe or whatever fabric you want to make use of. Don't use satin. Satin is difficult. Can you see the way I wrapped it inside? Okay, so like I said, just wrap your boning inside your crepe. Okay, and then you place it, so the folded edge, that's the side that you that is open, you place it like this, and then you secure it down. You use it to secure it down. Just cut a fabric that a little bit will come out, that's after wrapping it. Just close it, put it, place it inside, and then you just stitch it down. Can you see? So when you stitch it down, you cut out everything you want to cut out. So you trim that edge, that's the part that you stitch down. Trim it, but this part you have to be careful so that you don't cut your net. It is difficult. There was a part that I cut mine, so just be careful, very careful. So after that, you are going to place it like this, and then you flip it. That's, you flip the boning. Can you see? You just flip it and then you secure it down. So this is like a very simple and easy one to do. So you can see it is very simple. So you just flip it and then you now use your machine to secure it down. So that was how I did for all of them. So like I said, when you are trimming, you have to be careful. At the point I trimmed mine, it was just, I was lucky that it was the center, so it did not show. So when I secured it down, it covered it. If not, so you can see. So the other part, this one is optional. If the other side of it, if you want to stitch it or not. So like I said, this part is optional. You can stitch it or you can decide not to stitch it. So at the end of the day, can you see? You see it is looking flat and straight. You see the back, you see the way the back looks like. So that was what I did. That's how I did all of these ones. So like I said, I ironed my boning, I ironed them out straight. So that's that. The next thing you can see how everything looks. So the next thing we're going to do now, we're going to work on our cups. This is like the hardest part of this work. So I'm creating my own cup. So I'm using thick wadding and this what do you call it, there's this fabric they sell it in the market, they call it hip pad. So I got the two of them, so that is what I am using. So what I did now, I cut out my wadding. So that my wadding is medium strong wadding, so I cut them out. So you can see I'm joining them. So for this part you have to be very 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 careful so you don't mess everything up, you don't mix them up. If you have to use label to label, then know that this one is right cup and this is the left cup. Can you see the way I'm picking all of them and placing them, because that's how I'm going to stitch them, or else you mix them all up. Can you see? So just pick all of them one one. As all of them are on top, you be picking them one one. You know that this is right and left. Don't scatter them. If not, if you scatter them. So this is the fabric. That is the fabric. I ironed gums tail on it. Sorry, what do you call it, hairstay on my fabric. So I'm stitching. Can you see? So the way I place them, that's the way you sew them. This is the wadding. I'm sewing the wadding part out. I'm stitching all of them. So I have one cup of the wadding and then one cup of my fabric, and then this is the hip pad. So they sell this in the market. Buy the one that is a little bit thick, not the light one. So this is my wadding. Can you see? It forms like my cup. So can you see that's the hip part? Can you see they are standing? You make sure you look at them and then you take your wadding. So this is my wadding. So I'm going to place my wadding like this. Okay, can you see? I'm going to place it that way. So the next thing, I am going to take my cups now. So the next thing I want to, at this point I just realized I want to turn my cup to a three-part cup. So I'm just joining it. That's I'm using a paper tape, that's a sellotape, to tape the cup together so that I can style it. So that first one that I cut that I was showing you, I actually did not make use of it again. So I'm going to cut another one. So like I said, I wanted to style the cup. I didn't want the dart to be straight. Okay. So you join it. When you join it, when you place it like this, you see it looks good. And then for these three parts, you can style it however you want to style it. Just make sure you start from the dart on the side and then just curve it to the other side. So once you are done curving it like that, you are going to cut it out. So like I said, please, if you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would appreciate it. So I'll take this and then I'll place this on another pattern paper and then trace this out. Okay, so I'm going to trace it out. So if you want to register for my online classes, you can just see my number on the screen. You can send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll give you the details. So I'll place this back now on my crepe and then I am cutting this out now. So this is going to be my new cup. So like I said, those ones that I cut before, that first fabric, I did not make use of it again. So I am placing them. So make sure you label them. Excuse me. Make sure you label them. Can you see? So I'm going to iron hairstay on them back again. So after ironing hairstay on them, I want to stitch them. So you take them like this. Make sure when you are doing this, you have to be very careful. Or else if you sew them wrongly, it will mess up the whole cup. So you have to be very careful. So you can see what I'm trying to do. So I'm stitching the down. So I've joined the two down ones. So those ones are like the ones that you don't need to confuse. So after joining them together, the next thing, I am going to join the top one. So that top one, what I'm going to do, just put a notch there. Just make a notch. When you make a notch, you are going to take it that center and then you place it and then you will stitch it round. Okay, so like I said, for the cups also, you cut the lining. You are going to make the lining part also a three piece also, or a three part. So you can just go and do that also and then stitch all of them together. So when you stitch all of the pieces, you take a good look at it. Okay, so after stitching, so you can see how it looks like. So this is it. So now take my cup. So like I said, my cup, I did not cut it as a three part. So can you see what I did for the cup? I want to show you how to do it. So I'm going to pin everything down. Can you see? So I'm using my pins. So you pin it. As you are pinning it, because I'm making use of a crepe, you can use jonko. So they are a little bit stretchy. The fabrics are like stretchy a little bit. So as you are pinning it, you make sure you stretch it out. Make sure everything is smooth. You understand? Stretch everything out and then pull it out. Make sure everything is smooth. You take a look at it, you see that it is smooth, okay? And then you stitch it round. So you just stitch it round that way to secure it. So this you can do it in two ways. So I just try as much as I can to make this tutorial a little bit simple. So that was why. So you stitch it round. So when you stitch it, this is how it look. And then you have allowance at the edge. So this is my lining piece. So now I'm going to place the lining like this. Remember that small half-inch allowance that I added? I'm going to pin the lining also on that allowance. You understand? If you notice, I did not trim out the whole fabric to the wording. I trimmed, if you can see what I did. You see that edge? Yes, that's what I was trying to say. I left like quarter of an inch or half of an inch. So now I've stitched the lining piece. I stitched it on top. So like I said, this cup, I want to make it easy for you so that people that are just learning, they'll be able to pull this through. Okay, so you can see. So when you finish, you just flip the lining and then push it inside. So for the lining piece, please iron hairstay on it. For my own, I did not iron it. I did not iron hairstay, but iron hairstay or gum stay, so to make it more stable. So I'd already cut it, but I already started stitching before I realized. So you stitch everything round. Can you see? So when you stitch it round, you trim out any excess that you have. You understand? So you trim out excess. So you can see. So next thing, I want to join my back and my front together. So I'm just going to take them. This one is a very simple process. Just hold them normally. I'm not placing anyone inside. So you can see I'm just placing them normally, and then I'm going to stitch it out. So when I stitch it, I'll fold it. So I'll show you how to wrap it. Can you see? You just fold it like this. You just wrap it. Can you see? And then you secure it down. So once you do this, you don't have any edge showing. Can you see? Everything is neat and inside. So that line, you can sew a boning at that line. Can you see? That was what I did. So you just stitch a boning at the side line. So before you do this, make sure that your measurements are accurate. You understand? Can you see? So I placed it on my dress form. I wanted to take a look at it. And then my cup. So to place my cup, to make sure you understand, at this point just make sure you check everything because it's like the final stage. So the top part, I use my crepe just to fold the top part. Can you see? So that up part, I am doing a top stitch. So you just take and wrap that around and place it. So like I said, please like this video, okay? So this was the first cup. I finished stitching. Can you see how the inside of the cup looks like? I finished stitching it. So I'm pressing it to make sure. Can you see it bounces back? So the cup is deep enough. So that was why I was poking it to see it's deep enough. So you can see. So that part, like I said, secure. Make sure you secure it down, because this one you are going to pipe it. When you finish sewing it, you are going to pipe it. That's what I did with the first one. So the next thing, you are going to take your cup like this. You start. So like I said, if you have a dress one, place your corset, that's your corset, transparent corset, place it. When you place the transparent corset, and then you place your cups, make sure that everything is equal. Make sure your cup, everything will fit in. You understand? Then before you bring it down, then you pin the cups to the transparent corset. You just be pinning it like that. Be pinning the transparent corset. That's be pinning it. Can you see? So place the cups on the transparent corset, just pin it. So like I said, make sure before you stitch, you make sure that everything is okay. You understand? Check it on your dress form. If you don't have dress form, just pin it, and you can wear it on your mannequin. Just place it on, or place it on your own body. If you don't have mannequin, and check. You can always improvise. There's nothing that cannot be improvised, okay? So you can see how I am trying to stitch. That is, I'm trying to pin rather. So I'm pinning it to make sure that everything is okay. You understand? Before you go and stitch down the transparent corset and the cups. So at this point, so that's the edge part. Sorry, my hands were a little bit off the camera. So I'm just trying to pin everything down to make sure it is pinned down. Can you see? So that's what I'm doing. So when it comes to sewing a transparent corset, it's not a very big deal. That's just the truth. Like those of you that have been following me, you see, I always tell you it's not a very big deal. So this pattern that I'm using, this one is easy. So anybody you can do this one. So with that, you are not going to be bugging your head like this cup or this. No. When you finish, you pipe it. If you notice, most of those ones, those Oyibo on their corset, they normally used to pipe their bra cups inside. So this is how they do it. So we're going to sew this round. So if you notice, my cup was a little bit high, so I removed it. I fixed it again before I stitched down. So that's the good thing with this one. In this transparent corset, you check it and make sure that the cups, all of them, they align. If they don't align, you remove it and fix it again. So you can see. So this part now, I'm trying to sew down the cups to the transparent corset. So that is it. It's a simple just be sewing it small small. You understand? Sew it. Uh-huh. So that is what I am trying to do for this transparent corset. So I'm just trying to sew it. So I'm trying to show you guys. So that is why I am not skipping this part. So I'm trying to show you guys. So if you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button. I would appreciate. Even if you have downloaded this video, come back and come and like the video. Comment, drop a comment for me. Give me flower. Wow. Okay, so I'm just trying to sew round, just sew the cups round to the transparent corset. Uh-huh. So like I said, if you can use a mesh for this, you can use a corset mesh, you can use a corset bobbin mesh. But like I said, I use a normal tool. So this is a high quality tool, it's strong. You understand? So that, like I said, just 2 layers. That's what I used. So after sewing, so this is how it looks. Can you see? You see the inside. So the next thing we are going to do, we're going to pipe the inside. And the piping is a pretty easy way. I'm going to show you this part. My hands were off the camera. So okay, can you see? So you take your pieces this way. You just cut out a strap and then you are going to sew it. You see the way I'm placing my hand. So after sewing, this is how it looks. So whatever you are doing in your mind, just calculate it that you sew it and it will flip into the inside. It's not flipping outside. So when you place it that way, so you see you fold that down part, that up part. Make sure it is neat, as in just fold that up part. You just bend it down and then you are flipping it inside the part that has the cups. So put that in your head. You are not flipping it outside. So that's where you know how to sew the strap. Can you see? So just like all those corset, those foreign corsets, bra, and this thing we used to buy. So you can see. So you just secure it like this and you stitch it down to the bra cups area for the transparent corset. So you stitch it down. So can you see? You see, when you stitch it down, you see it will be neat and clean. So it will help you now hide all of those rough edges inside of your bra cups. So like I said, if you notice, my lining was a little bit puffy. That was because I did not iron interfacing on it. I did not iron hair stay or gum stay. So please iron on your own. I had already started it. I just did not want to go back again. So after everything, so this is my boning chamber. I'm going to show you guys how to do it. It's a simple process. So I cut out a fabric of about 6 inches. That's 6 inches. So after folding it, I have 2.5. Can you see? You see, I folded inside the two edge inside. I folded them. Can you see? So you see, I folded them. So the next thing now, before I start, I am going to take I'm going to I was just trying to check it. So that top part, it was too long, so I cut out excess. I'm going to check it. So first of all, I'm going to secure that top part. That is, I'll sew it down. Okay. So like I said, please, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. So after stitching it down, so you can see I'm pushing it out. Okay. So I've pushed it out and then I am going to take it like this. So just cut out every excess and then I'll push this in. Can you see? I'll just push it in, because I've secured the two edge down. So it's just like I'm casing something. That's that. I'll just place that inside and then I'm going to pin it down to sew it. Okay. So if you want to register for our online classes, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. Just check my number on the screen or on the community so you can see. So you place it that way, so you pin it down first. For this one, please pin it down. If you do not pin it down, you know you are stitching it on a net, so the probability of it staying is slim. So I'll place it. Can you see? I am trying to make sure that I place it nicely and normally. So I'm just trying to take my time. Okay, so after everything, I'll stitch along that line. So just stitch it down first of all secure it. So after securing it, now I'm going to start placing my boning. I want to add just two boning. Can you see the first boning I'm pushing in? I push it and then push it to the edge. Do you understand? So that part is the part I'm going to use for my lace, for my eyelet. So I need that part to be thick and strong. So I'm placing two boning side by side. So it's on top of those boning that my this thing is going to be. I want them to be strong. The middle of the two in between boning. So that's the first one. I am stitching the first one. So you can see I've secured the first one down, and then I'll cut that, and then I'll take the second one. I'll push it, like I said, side by side. I'm just making sure that the center there is space, you can see. So I'll place the second one also. There are different ways of actually doing this, of sewing this your back for your transparent corset. This your part for the eyelet chambers. There are different ways, but this is like a simple way. Okay, so I'll just take the second one, and then I'm going to secure it down at the edge also. So I'll sew that and then bring it down to the hem. So guys, this corset, for those of you that want to buy, is available for sale. If you know you want to buy, you can send me a message. We can make for you. You people know that I make dresses on order. If you order any dress from my website or from my page, we could make it for you. So just send me a message. If you want a transparent corset, you can send a message, and then we'll make your own for you and send to you. Okay, so can you see? So you can see it's looking so good and nice. So the next thing, the edge, I want to secure it down also. That's the tiny edge of my lacing bar. You can see I've secured it down, so that gives it a really good strong, and then it makes it firm. Yes, it makes it firm. So after everything, you can see our corset is ready. Our transparent corset is ready. So the only thing that is remaining is for us to pipe the down part of our corset. Can you see? Yes. So you can see everything. So at this point, I'm just trying to remove all this. I wanted to say come out. I'm just trying to remove all the tiny, tiny threads that are hanging. So that's what I'm trying to do. So now just pipe the down. I did not show that part. So it's still the same way we pipe the cup. That's the way they pipe it down. Okay. So I finished piping. This is it. This is our corset. So for this part, I use needle and thread. This one is optional. If you want to secure, maybe the part is coming out a little bit, you can use needle and thread to secure it. And then I've added my eyelet, so it looks so pretty. Can you see our corset is ready? Oh wow, this looks so lovely, beautiful. You people should like this video. If you watch it to this point, even if you downloaded it, come back and come and like it. Clap for me. Thank you so much. I would appreciate, so that I can do more for you. So thank you so much. It looks so good, really good. So like I said, it is available for sale.